Hi everyone, so in this video we're going to look a little bit more at architectural drawings, focusing on floor plans, symbols and building drawing conventions. So we're going to start off by looking at Google Maps, and what we're going to focus on is property number 33 in Lilac Wynd. So the reason we're starting in Google Maps is it shows us an aerial view of this housing estate, and at this scale, this view is like our location plan. We can see different houses, we can see streets, we can see green areas. All of this lets us see the place where a building, or in this case a house, sits within its wider location. So we're going to zoom in a little further, and we're going to focus in again on number 33. And what that does is it allows us to see the site as well as some of the surrounding sites. So at a higher scale, what we're able to see is what we would call our site plan. We can see the building, we can see its boundary, and it allows us to see some of the other properties that are a little bit closer by. If we were to go in at a slightly higher scale, it would give us a more accurate site plan. Now this site plan is orientated to face north, so north would be directly up in this video, and you can see that the building doesn't exactly face north, it probably faces northeast. So how would that look as a location plan? Well, if we look at this location plan, we can see that we've got our scale approximately up at the top. We can see those main streets that we were looking at. We can see the site of number 33, and we can see those surrounding plots, those surrounding sites that go with it. If we're going in at a slightly smaller scale, allowing us to see now a more focused site, we still see some of the different properties that are placed around it. We've got our north symbol up in the top corner. We can still see some of these streets in there, but the main thing we're focused on is this property here and the boundary that it sits within. We can see that individual site more clearly. In this site plan, we've chosen again a slightly different scale, approximately 1 to 200 this time, and we're seeing a bit more detail. This time it's been reorientated. That means that it's been changed so that actually we're looking at it so that the site faces north, but you can see that because of the fact that we've twisted this round, we've rotated it around slightly, north would actually be up in this direction. So in this site plan we've got a little bit more detail. We can see some existing trees up at the top, we can see some drainage going around the building, we still see the road, and we see the boundary of the plot as well as the building itself. In some cases what we might also see in some site plans is we'd see some measurements as well. To complete our project set, we've now got our floor plan of this building. Now we've organised this so that even though it's not facing exactly north, what we've got is a nice clear simple layout that's going to make it easy to understand, and it's square to the page. You'll see that there's some kind of unfamiliar information in this, so there's symbols that you might understand and some that you might not. The purpose of this video is to let us to try and explain it to you. So here we've got a door, it's that arc shape with the straight line there. What it does is it shows the direction that the door is opening, and you can see there's several doors around the property, including one at the front, one at the back, and into some of the different rooms. On the exterior walls, there's these double lines with a double line inside them. They indicate windows. In this room to the left, what we can see is a wash hand basin, or a wash basin. We can see a WC, which is a toilet, and we can see a heated towel rail as well. In each of the rooms, we've got these black shaded rectangles with two small lines coming out of each end. They indicate radiators, so they're around the house. In the kitchen in the top right, we've got a sink top, so it's a sink with a draining board attached to it. And we've also got a hob, those 4 circles indicating the little cooking rings of a hob. The rectangle around the side of the room is just to indicate countertops and a breakfast bar over at this side. Whilst not British standard symbols, we've got 2 couches in here to indicate the living room space. And in here we've got a dining table with 6 chairs placed underneath. So even though these aren't conventional symbols, it's quite easy to tell what they're supposed to be. The other symbol that's present is all the way around the building. You can see these double hatched lines, so these diagonal lines that double up each time, and that's to indicate that they are brickwork and that the walls are made of brick. The other symbol here is these sets of lines close together with an arrow pointing up. That's to indicate a staircase, and it's showing the direction that the stairs go up, so those stairs climb up the way. There are hundreds of possible symbols that we could use to indicate different items around houses, but we try to focus on the key items that are consistent in most houses. Whenever you're drawing a floor plan, you should focus on the main things like walls, doors, windows, and the fixtures and fittings that you would find in a kitchen or a bathroom. Anything else, like couches, tables, TVs, beds, they can all be shown with other symbols that aren't always conventional. It means they can be drawn in different ways. But the things like doors and windows and walls, fixtures and fittings in kitchens and bathrooms are always consistent. We always use the same symbols because they have to be universal so that people understand exactly what they are. So when you're trying to create your own floor plan, make sure you refer to the main British Standards symbols that we use. You can find a list of these on the LHS Technologies Quizlet page. And on that Quizlet page, if you search for S2, S3, GC, British Standard symbols, you'll find the range that you need to know.